In this Marvel special presentation of Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday, Mantis and Drax set out to find the ultimate Christmas gift for Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord. Welcome to Screen Zen. In this spoiler review of Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I will be going over the cons, I will be going over the standouts and some of the cast, and even my overall thoughts of this film. So just to start off with some of the people that you'll be seeing in this, it has all the characters. You have Peter, Nebula, Mantis, Drax, Rocket Raccoon, Bulk, Groot, as well as Astro the dog. Astro and Rocket Raccoon have a little time. They're trying to fix up Nowhere, and the Guardians now own Nowhere, which they bought it off of the Collector, who you do see in #1 explaining the Infinity Stone, and where Astro is being held as a collection. It's a completely different dog. You know, Peter seems very busy in his new role of managing Nowhere, but he seems sad, and this is what spurs Mantis and Drax to go find him an ultimate Christmas gift, Kevin Bacon. Heard them speak about Kevin all throughout the Guardians movies, him telling them about Kevin. So to them, not knowing who he is, thinking that he's a superhero, like all the movies he's been in, the Footloose, Saving the Town, they do not realize it's an actor. And there's actually a funny scene with Drax and Mantis when they actually are on Earth, pick him up, and it's like, oh, they realize, oh, you're just an actor. You were just pretending the whole time. Disgusted by that. Drax being part of the main story, the Go Get Him team. If you liked him in the first couple of films, you're going to love him in this one. He's the same absent-minded, not really absent-minded, but he just doesn't have the understanding of language, sarcasm. It was good actually to see Mantis, although she's not my favorite character of the Guardians. It was good to kind of see her play the role of the one reeling him back in from whatever he goes to do. There's a scene in it that I absolutely love with Mantis when they actually do get to Earth and they're on Hollywood Boulevard. Now, there's a whole bunch of cosplayers dressing up as superheroes, and one is dressed as Steve Rogers, Captain America. She just runs, Steve screams his name, jumping on him, realizes that it's not Steve. Everything that you would expect a creature from another planet coming to Earth is not understanding the culture or anything like that. It was all in here, you know, and it was done very well. It was very funny at times too. Yondu. So these were animated clips of Yondu and Peter Quill. So in the very beginning, you see Peter setting up a Christmas tree, Yondu coming in, kicking it over, asking what it was. He's trying to explain Christmas. Yondu's not having it. Pretty much ruins Christmas for Peter in that moment. But then you also see the softer side of Yondu in the second clip where he's about to take off with Peter, almost like a father and son moment. So it was good to kind of see that. More of that soft side of Yondu, which I always enjoy seeing. Kevin Bacon was another standout, had a good role playing himself. We hear him all throughout the Guardians movie. It was actually good to kind of see him in this. He even gives a little performance at the end, which I wasn't too keen on, but, you know, he did more than just act, and it was kind of good. It was really good to see him. It's short, to the point, tells a good story from beginning, middle, and end, needing to, them wanting to make Peter happy, going out to find Kevin Bacon, coming back and realizing it's not just what you get, but also Mantis reveals to him at the end that he and her are brother and sister. She is actually a child of Ego the Living Planet. Peter finding that out says that this is one of the best Christmas gifts that he could ever have received. Someone else in the world like him with his past, understanding of him. This is what the whole movie was pretty much culminating to. And if you know, James Gunn is leaving Marvel to go to the DCEU. One of the things he said about this special was that this is actually supposed to tell a little bit of the story before we get into #3. So I like this idea. I hope that Disney and Marvel actually do continue with this. It allows directors to have more freedom to tell their story without having to cram it in to be a 3-hour movie that people might get bored with. He was able to kind of bring that to light, and now we don't need to wonder about that going into Guardians 3. We know that now. Now he's able to tell a good story. Now I want to get into some of the cons. One of the things that I didn't like was the music in the Guardians films, and even any project really that James Gunn is a part of, because I can talk about Peacemaker and everything else. The 80s rock and roll is pretty much the soundtrack. Did get a little bit of it. They had 2 songs by this group up here. At first I wasn't feeling it. The second time I watched this, it kind of grew on me. It felt like Weird Al Yankovic. Weird Al is parroting real songs. This was a real song that sounded like a parody, and it just wasn't sitting right with me. Kevin Bacon at the very end actually sings with them. It was a heartwarming scene, but I just wasn't feeling the song. Next is Mantis. I think she was in it in order to tell, I guess, coming into her own, being free from ego, allows her to kind of be herself, and the scenes that she is, showing a lot of emotion, whether that's anger, happiness, it just felt too much of Mantis. I don't know how else to put it. It was too much for me. These are just really nitpicky. I really liked this film. I actually hope that Marvel continues with this. Able to tell a story in 45 minutes from beginning, middle, and end is just great. And it saves time. And I believe it will help with any fatigue that might come from, having to sit in a theater for 2 hours, wait, 3 months for the next connective tissue. Really good. So if you like Marvel, if you like anything Guardians of the Galaxy, you are definitely going to like this. Definitely give this a thumbs up. Tell me your thoughts about this movie in the comments below, the things you liked, the things you didn't. Let's have a discussion. Please hit the subscribe button, like, so you don't miss the next one. Look forward to seeing you soon.